Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
I'm
And guys,
Ringroo.
we've heard
Hello,
you
hello, hello.
asking us for this kind of mode for quite a while, and thanks to some really great community members, we are happy to deliver our first breakthrough cast, I think, ever. Indeed it is. So,
Indeed it
Ryan, tell
is.
us, we're on Lanina, I want to say. Tell us, first of all, what's going on and how did this replay come across our desks?
Well, this replay was from the last weekend's 2v2 breakthrough tournament, which is really awesome. Really cool seeing a tournament in a different game mode. But it's pretty straightforward. This is breakthrough mode. Breakthrough, the main difference is one team defends, one team's attack. That's where you have our camera orientated in a bit more of a different position. And there's a lot of bunkers. But anyway, on the north side of the map in red, we have Neela as 29th Tank Corps with all the income's messed up because of
Yes.
her breakthrough works. So it's a B phase income, which is Maverick. And then Rampage CG, 26 Guard Strelocki with Maverick income. And on the southern side, we have Team Auld. We have... That's a hard name to pronounce. I'm going to call him Fred. He has Vanguard income,
Yes.
I believe,
Yes,
or...
it
maybe. It might be the... I'm not even going to bother with incomes. And then we have Curbs,
Right,
25th
Nord actually
Panzer.
does have himself a 70th Sturm, I want to say, right?
Yeah,
All
78th
right, and
Sturm,
again, like you
exactly.
said, the difference between this and the regular games is honestly, at long last, we get to see those freaking defenses put in place. Now, Ryan, you and I have seen a couple of those defenses when we've been playing our little scenario run through. What do you think about the placement over here from Curbs in terms of his MGs or Ort's pack 50s? Like, what do you see about this? Do you like these placements? Do you not like these placements?
I like the bunkers in the town. They're pretty much set up. They're going to be really annoying to take out as tanks won't have a good line of sight to clear them. And yeah, it's good ambush positions all over. They're not too much of defense in depth. A lot of them pretty much just placed along the front line. But I like the defenses. I think the main on this map you got some really good hills to hold on to. As we see Curbs holding that like left-hand hill more towards the north through the Stug. And on the right-hand side, we have also Curbs as well. Both sides actually just deploying everything in one big unit instead of just
Oh,
no.
actually, I love
That's
this.
just right and
Go to
left.
Curbs on the right-hand side. He's like, screw defense. The best defense is good offense. Unfortunately, he's going to get rocked and socked, I think, by some... Oh, no, the bombs are going after the Tiger. Never mind.
Is that gonna be a dead tiger?
Wow.
Oh, wow! He
But you know
just
what?
dodged all of
And
it.
Ort is just firing right back. So, Fred is looking to make things dead. He's going for resist guns. He's looking to take out the ATs as quickly as possible. I think it's a great idea, except it's a little shy in execution.
Yeah.
So, guys, please forgive us, of course. We don't see the victory points except on the mini-map. It's just a unfortunate a measurement of the replays. So follow along as best you can. But the important thing is right now the Soviets have claimed 1/6 of the total VPs.
Yep. Once they get to Trove, then the tables will start turning. Essentially, you have to get 13 VPs to be the victor as the attacker.
Now, one thing worth noting as well is that we are going to see a ton of early airplay. It looks on both sides, which actually I kind of like as the difference between the standard game and otherwise.
Yeah, air power currently is really bloody strong just due to how good Strafing is, so getting all these airplanes out is definitely a smart move. Messerschmitt's not going to be in a good time as that Yak 9 gets on his butt, and
Let's say there
kaboom.
was a black position over here to the east. I guess it didn't do a whole lot. It's just to the east of that town. That's strange.
I wonder if he's using gun pitch. He has some trenches, yeah.
So
but...
take it. Defenses themselves.
Oh, no.
Other than bunkers, you mentioned trenches. What goes on with trenches?
You put infantry in them, and they're very well defended. And they're very good.
Very good.
Very
Okay, well, he's a man of few words, but the words that he gives us are always worthwhile.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it worked in World War One. I think it would also work in the second World War. Thankfully, they didn't have to use as many.
Now, one thing worth noting is that, kind of interestingly, the Germans are kind of not really deploying a whole lot of reinforcements really to the front. I'm wondering if they're trying to just slow down and see where the initial rushes are coming and then kind of mass there.
Yeah, I think I invested a little bit more in air power as well, as Curbs has got himself an ME-410 strafing plane to help out a bit. On the western frontier, we got two T-34s pushing through. The Pack 36 is proven to be a bit of a pain, but it does go down. And once Nilo captures this hill here, it'd be a great area to continue to
He is certainly
assault.
bringing forth a ton of artillery. He's going after that bunker over here to the west. It's just an MG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, you do need much artillery, as bunkers are extremely resilient, and the best way to blow them up is from a far distance array with high
True, but right
explosives.
now that 410 is desperate to try to get rid of some of that recon over here. We're going to see that one bunker get blown to pieces, of course. But maybe that 410 is going to get him? Yep.
Yeah.
But the Germans are getting shoved back across this western part of the line. On the east, they're doing surprisingly well. I feel like maybe Nilla wasn't quite ready for this kind of defense.
Yeah, I really like Curb's push here, as he managed like holding to that forest a bit with his autocannon half-tracks, as well as Pioneer and Battery Fuhrer. And having a Battery Fuhrer up front is really good as well, because it allows him to get some pretty accurate corrected shots towards the enemy.
One thing I was checking out, the Opel Blitz is in to reload those Nebenwaffes. Perfect idea there. So is Ord having issues because he was not as progressive with his attack? Because didn't he move troops up that the T-34s are right now, the 1943s? What happened over here in the west? Why the less active or less successful push?
I just think he didn't really bother to, do that push on the hill, and now he's just holding. I mean, it's not going to be all that bad for him, as there's quite a lot of open ground on this western front, which really does benefit the defender, as he's got AT gun bunkers, pack guns, all of that good stuff on the far western side. And that town's definitely going to, if it does come to the town, it's going to be a goddamn bloodshed of those MG bunkers.
That's certainly true. Now, one thing I do like is you're seeing a lot of smoke being deployed by those 120mm mortars. They're almost out of ammunition overall. But allowing those tanks to get nice and close, the Pioneers are going to go down, and that bunker's going to go down quickly after that.
Yeah. Even got all those Streliki coming in his own foot, as well as some anti-aircraft guns to try and take this area.
Wow, that is just a whole mess of equipment. On the east, I feel like the Soviets have just kind of said, okay, you know what, we'll hold, and we'll just smash the west.
Yeah, Rampage is now sending reinforcements to the western front, so it's a really interesting thing about Breakthrough, because it's the two ideologies. You just punch through one area really hard with all your forces, or you try to do the even spread approach. But both of them have their pros and cons. I prefer just punching through an area really hard, but that's what his Team Bagel
trying to make
is
a hole
planning
like their
to do.
namesake? Understood.
Oh yeah, got to make a big hole right. Well, I'll say right through the middle, but they're taken out through the side.
No. Unfortunately, it looks like that 410's going to go down. Yak 9 is certainly causing. Oh no, he's too fast for his own good.
Yeah.
Thought he had it for a second. Now, it'd be kind of amusing to me to see Germans swing a division or two's worth of equipment through that center line and start trying to pick off some of these reinforcement points. I don't know how viable that would be, but I certainly find it interesting.
That would be funny. I think right now they're definitely just more worried about defending this western front, as we've got a bunch of Stugs as well as National Nigel.
So
is that how you say
the way that it works for EI is that the second vowel will get the full, like the long vowel sound. So yes, it'd be Nigel.
Nigel. You got National Nigel. being brought in to help out with the defenses, and that's pretty much gonna be very bloody good. 78 Sturm with those Nashorns are extremely powerful, especially if you put them in light forest. The real trick with Nashorns is to keep them hidden in a light forest, move them up where you can get a shot, shoot once or twice, and then back off. Because you got a highly accurate gun and a very powerful gun, so you don't have to sit around long.
Now, one thing I guess I'm concerned about, though, is their artillery park on this western side. I mean, geez, 6 mortars, 2 203. I thought there were 203s for a second, but that's a bigger silhouette on the case overall, I suppose. But we are seeing naval workers being thrown in at the artillery park.
Good call. Do some counter battery, yeah. Oh, not gonna be all that accurate. Neighbor Earth is at long range, exactly known for
No, they're not, but I definitely want to see how
precision.
this 50 mil bunker is doing. First kill already, so well done there. I should be able to get one or
Hmm.
two more before getting knocked out.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. This is perfect range as well.
Well, the thing to note there is that there's technically no strength behind the bunker itself, so either they die or they get forced to surrender. And losing two cluster
Yeah.
bombers to wow, that's a big loss. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if cluster bombs actually really do anything to bunkers. I have no
I don't
idea.
know, but they're lucky that they didn't get a naval river strike on that infantry column coming down the road. That would have been absolutely devastating.
Mm-hmm. That would be, but the Pike 40 is picking up slack and now he's starting to snipe these tanks. And National Nigel is coming on through and the Suggs are also in a pretty good defensive position. So yeah, the Russians are definitely slowed down quite a bit on this Western front. It's a rather tough area to push to shoot all that open ground. You're using lovely,
Just checking
lovely
on the
amount
east
of
real quick
smoke.
and looked at the Russians were trying to do like a quick little maybe sucker punch, trying to suppress that hill and maybe even take it. They have gotten the VP.
Mm-hmm.
They probably will take it, but they still have an awful lot to get through. I'm not a whole lot going on over there. I just wanted to kind of double check.
Yeah. Yeah, just clearing out forest to definitely open things up on the eastern front. But once again, doesn't really seem like there are going to be concerns in the area. Just trying to do that puncture on the rest.
So actually, Rang, I know I've been seeing some Orsha campaign videos coming up from you. How's that campaign been going?
It's good. It's good. Losing lots of tigers and nashorns due to silly maneuvers, but yeah, I'm planning to do the next
Definitely
campaign
is a good
soon.
time. I have to confess, I got completely overwhelmed the first time I even took a look at that. Kind of nervous, but I got to go back and get another run at it.
Yeah. Orsa's definitely the biggest in terms of scale. The other campaigns you're controlling much less, which is on I honestly prefer. Orsa's just a little bit overwhelming with the amount of goddamn
Ah, so that
battalions
was a
there are on the
mistake.
map.
Now we are going to see this 410s almost certainly going to get taken out by ground fire. There's three AAA Maxims, two AAA Maxims.
Yeah, and 37 mils as well. Oh, maybe he's gonna get out.
Wow, that was
Yes, he
surprising.
is. Yes, he is. Lucky bugger. I think he has very good resilience or something along those lines. So that probably helped out quite a bit. But yeah, we just got on the Guard, Streliki, just Russian infantry blob being brought through kind of like the swampy area, yeah, and the tanks being brought in those heavy armored
Now,
KV-1s.
checking out some of those bunker placements you were talking about, we do see that bunker on the outskirts of that town, MG bunker. He's burned through 2,000 rounds already. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's an look at that though. That field of fire is absolutely incredible. He's just destroying the infantry as it comes off the hill.
Yeah, it's a really good placement, yeah. Very good placement. And once again, those bunkers, really nasty to take down. Especially for the Soviets, if you're not bringing corrected artillery weapons, because as mortars, you know, they do damage, but you really do need precision shots on bunkers
Now
to
this
blow them
410's
up.
definitely down. Between two Yak 9s.
Yeah,
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
There's something almost incredibly satisfying though by just hearing the bark of the AA guns.
I know.
It's like visceral. Yes.
And then, yeah, and he just got like the flak being brought into the edge. We say it every cast. This game
Yes,
looks really
it
bloody
does.
good.
Now, one thing I'm surprised about, we're seeing a
Mhm.
couple of off-map only curbs, not to be caught off guard by any perspective engagement over here in the east. They're still sending a couple of reinforcement troops hither and yon. I am
Mhm.
interested to see. Oh, we'll see Neville Vipers being brought on in. They're going to try to hit that artillery park yet again.
A little bit closer,
Well,
so
and
it
it's
should be
straight
a bit
on too.
more
You're not getting
accurate.
that weird kind of like hypotenuse shot.
Yeah. There we go. Got the supply truck here, but the mortars are staying
That
alive.
is certainly true. I kind of feel like it's one of those things where the Germans are crying out. This is what it feels like to be on the receiving end of Andreyusha, you jerks, or something like that. But regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. All those neighbor effers.
I am pleased to see this increased kind of emphasis, though, on vehicle-based AT as opposed to that static gun emplacements. Well, the National ones, a
Little
couple of
national
T-Guns being
ones.
brought on in Strugs. Wow, the other... Oh my god. Friendly fire? Is this friendly fire? Yeah, this is friendly fire. It's gotta be.
That is... Sam shooting is getting stormed on.
Poor guy.
This is getting pretty good, Joe, for Team Bagel. As they're really starting to amass that huge blob. They got some IS-2s now being brought in B phase. They got 203mm artillery guns. It really seems like they're ready to get its breakthrough going.
Certainly seems to be the case. Now, if you were Team Old, correct? Old or Old? Like Old Lang Syne kind of thing?
It's Rouse. I'm guess. We'll probably be corrected in the
But the
comments,
point
so it doesn't
being is
matter.
that if you were them, what would you be doing? Would you be continuing to dispatch units along this kind of center line and maybe trying to push center and then west? Or would you be trying to throw another defensive line along maybe like this forested, hilly area?
Yeah, pretty much where the Pack 40 and like MG42 bunkers and the rest inside. Pretty much what they're already doing. Just try to set up defenses. Yeah, we got a bunch of Tigers being brought in, Stugs. Really just set up another defensive line and try to get some artillery to counter battery the Russian artillery. As the artillery is really the major threat, I'd say, in a breakthrough match
That
for
is
defender.
definitely a worthwhile case to be made. Now, we are seeing more supply trucks, more this, more that. Kind of almost amusing. It reminds me of that first scenario that you and I did, where you were the infantry kind of screening, and I just brought, 5 companies of MTRAs behind you. That seems very much the case here, too. But
Yeah.
is the advantage with the attacker or the defender, would you say? Yes.
In breakthrough in general? Damn, that's...
I can see the case being made both ways
tough.
here, but I'm kind of curious.
I'd say, I think you can honestly make the case in both ways. There's really good pros and... They've done a really good job, I think, of balancing
That's certainly
breakthrough.
true. I was actually kind of thinking earlier on when they announced it, I was like, oh man, it's going to be either steamrolls one way or steamrolls the other way.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Team Auld is doing pretty good. They only have to hold for another 18 minutes or so. The enemy team, they need to capture 5-6 flags to take us back. And they're holding. They're holding Team Auld. But it's getting a little bit silly now. We've got a bunch of IS-2s here. Those IS-2s are going to be definitely a tough nut to crack. Those Tigers can't deal with it. It's going to come down to Nashorns and Panther Gs.
Well, every Panther is a G.
Every Panther is
Just like
the
the,
OG.
assault gun cousins, they're living the Stug life, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's this artillery that I'm seeing? Artillery coming out is
Yes, I
from
am.
where? Oh, way further back. Oh, these are 105, the LAFHs. Okay.
I think it's trying to hit those. Yeah, it's trying to hit the IS-2s. Stress them out a little bit. Because they got that free pair on the far western flank. Just real shooting everything, essentially. But this is where it's going to get a little bit tough for our attackers here. Because they have to cross this no man's land eventually. They're killing stuff on the German side, which is cool and all. But most of their stuff is still situated on the hill in that swampy area to the far west. They haven't really made much progress. They are trying to move into the town now, but like I said before, it's probably going to end up to be
Well,
a
one thing we do have to recall
slaughter.
here is that edge creep is a viable strategy on this battlefield. And I think that's exactly what the Russians are trying to do, is to maybe just kind of take one side of this map and then start sweeping over it and then kind of rinse and repeat. They still have a good amount of time. 16 minutes is a long time.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And that's a lot of Strelicky they got into the town. That one Shutron is not going to have a good time. The Sturm Shutrons, rather, will probably
they
have
do have a
some
bunker
fun.
over here, too, and I wish I could be almost like that machine gunner. I'd be just firing to the east, that northeastern side. Good lord, that's a turkey shoot right there.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, there is a lot of Soviet artillery up on that hillside. They're just shellacking anything that shows its its head for even half a second.
Yeah. Yeah. Bringing 26 guard Strelocki, or Strelkovi, is, I'd say, not mandatory in Breakthrough, but it's definitely nice to have as a Soviet attackers, as you have those heavy
Well,
artillery
let's also
pieces.
not ignore the fact there's a bunker over here in the... oh, wow. Sorry. Getting an artillery strike. Oh my god.
Oh.
All right, boys, charge! This is the time. Oh yeah, yeah.
We're here for your delivery of neighbor
Well,
effers. We have over a dozen 150mm rockets here
Exactly.
to this address. Will you accept this delivery?
I'm pretty sure it's one of those things they drop off even if there's nobody home.
Yeah, I don't think it's something you have to get a signature for.
Now, there's also like an entire company or two of just guard DPs being brought on in as well. Absolute massive amounts of infantry. This is truly the Russian army in its element. Just take a big wad of men and hurl it at the defenses and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a lot of guys. And it's going to be tough because they are pretty choke pointed in there. We got some resps dropping in some fire, or artillery fire, onto our position, and a bunch of T-34Es as well for good measure.
Where the T-34? Oh, okay, it was just a T-34E, and for some reason I always think the German, you know, the Beute versions. But we have a reinforced, let's say, a minor platoon coming up with P4s. I'm not sure it's going to be enough to stem this breakthrough. But as with every single bit of town defense, this is brutally difficult on the defenders when there's this much in terms of targets.
Yeah. B phase is really a huge disparity between both sides. As right now, team Bagel, they got 270 income roughly a minute, while Team Auld is only getting 120, 140.
Is that a mistake in the strategic planning of it all, do you think, or no?
I forgot how exactly it works in Breakthrough, but I believe for the first 20 minutes or so, the attackers get more income than the defenders, just due to, like, they get so much times more. I believe in A phase it's 1.5 times, and B phase it's 2 times regular income, and then C phase is where it goes down a bit. So the whole idea is the attackers make a big plays in the first 20 minutes, and then if they haven't really run by the 20-minute mark, they kind of slow down, peter off a bit, and you don't really have that much time or resources left.
It does sort of make a perverse sort of sense there. The surprise is already gone. They can't deal with it anymore. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and now we are into that C phase, so that income disparity is going to be rather big now, but in favor for the defenders. But it's getting close. It's getting really close. We have 11-13. You only really need 2 flags to bring us back.
True. But C phase for the 70th Sturm and the 5th Panzer is not to be sneezed at.
No, it's not. We're probably going to be seeing lots of Panthers and lots of Nashorns and Pack 43s, hopefully, because that's what they need. Because there we go, on the left-hand side, some Pack 43s are knocking out the IS-2s. Great counter. And Tigers and Panthers going in close range here.
That's really the only chance that a lot of these P4s have. Panthers, P4s, Tigers, like you said, the IS-2s are without a doubt the most heavily armed thing on the field.
Yeah, they're very, very nasty to deal with. Fortunately, you really don't get that many of 29th. You can... It's usually somewhere between 7, maybe 8, depending on how your opponent plays. But there's not too many IS-2s that usually have to deal with in most matches. So, once they're gone. It's a pretty big kill. Compared to, like, a German Panzer division, where, oh, you killed one Panther, they probably have at least a dozen more. If not yet.
Certainly seems to be the case.
I really like our Panthers.
The one thing I do want to make a quick call out for is that the German AA, it might be the quiet champion of this engagement. I keep seeing plane after plane of the Soviets coming in, rocket runs galore, and I see, like, for example, those 2 SDKFZ-71s inside that town. 6,000 rounds apiece, but that's because they fired 10,000 rounds at planes coming over. I think they've accounted for 2 or 3 planes by themselves, and I don't even know how much they've stressed out the other ones.
That's very good. That's very good.
Now, these mortars are trying to suppress. Oh no, okay. I thought they were going after the half tracks, but that's not to be the case.
Yeah, but this town is now really starting to become a meat grinder, as we're seeing. The Soviets doing lovely smoke puts across the river and across the bridge here. They're trying to pinch this town. They're trying to hit it from the eastern side and try to hit it from the western side here. But the western side of So has definitely petered out, and the eastern side of So is just, well, it's still under race. It's taking its time with the guards DP.
Certainly true, and of course we have Stromapiki coming on in as well with the LPOs. Those guys are quite good, and unfortunate at the moment. While there is a Tiger that's right there, there's an awful lot of other equipment being brought in too. We're seeing Superiors coming in, we're seeing this, we're seeing that, and it's all over the place.
Yep. Yep, it's getting really tight now. There's only 10 minutes left. Still really close in terms of flags. I mean, the Germans could potentially recapture a flag along the western side of his town once they clear out his Superiors, which would definitely give him bit of extra breathing room that they need, and is far western of So. Yeah, the Soviets have barely managed to make it across the open field. It's just an absolute slaughter.
Is, and I think if they had one more Devilhoofer strike, I'd be throwing it down right now. There we go. Except I'd be dropping it a little bit further to the east than where they're shooting right now. I understand why they're putting it there, but I'd be putting it someplace else.
Yeah.
But it's 14-10. 14-10, and I don't know the Soviets are going to pull this one out.
No,
it isn't a knife edge, though. It's on a razor's edge.
So close.
Say that.
So one thing I really like about Breakthrough is it doesn't go on too long usually. Most matches maybe go 30, sometimes 40 minutes. That's due to the fact how the Germans, even though they're winning, slowly bleed down as well. So if the Soviets do manage to, get the 13-11 on the Germans, the match won't, it's not like in a conquest match where you have to wait another 30 minutes for the team to win. You only have to, once you got the 50% line, so to speak, over 50%, you just have to hold as a
oh my god! Actually,
just
look
a
at the
little bit.
Quick. There's one guy who's got suppressed, and this is the 13-11 you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, the Bagel Grenadier, he's getting pinned, and that's gonna be. There we go. There we go. So the Germans, they're gonna lose very quickly now. They need to get back a flag
saw Pioneer
ASAP.
2 shoots squads being ordered immediately.
Just rush everything in. That was a very good play from Team Bagel.
Best shots.
That's definitely a weak point.
So the best might be able to push this back just by dint of their.
Yeah.
Oh no! Again, geez, wow. The LEFHs, the Lichterfeld howitzers.
Yeah. Those Saparis definitely have a no-step back order.
Oh yeah.
the victory of this game really depends on them. Oh, the Soviets got another flag. Oh, no, never mind. It flipped back over to the Germans.
Yes, it's that town, that northwestern flag. But look how many red bars we see. Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 50 seconds.
3 minutes.
Oh, it's Trove again, but it's a draw. Oh, this is getting tight. This is getting tight.
I legitimately thought the Soviets were going to just spank them super fast, but then this has been going back and forth. I honestly don't know which way this is going to go.
Yeah, oh, it's back 13-11 and the Soviets are now the run's losing. Oh boy, this is nuts, and everything on the far western flank is getting pinned down, and those Sapori, Pioneers, or Shootrons, whatever, are being brought in to knock out the Soviet infantry so we can get back that flag. That'd be vitally important.
Well, one thing I'm surprised. Yes.
Oh, we got the Ju-188 in the.
Go?
Oh, 2 1000s. Oh, this is gonna be explosive.
He's got to pretty much go down here. What?
Yeah. Come on! Come on!
He lost line of sight. Oh my god.
Open those bomb bays. Oh. Come on, dude.
20. Oh my. He's got 22 seconds to live.
Background.
And that's a desperate call over there. Please, for the love of God, take that position back is being cried. I can see it now. Draw.
Oh, no. Draw. Boy, this is getting tight.
Well, over on the eastern side, too, at long last, the Soviets like, okay, he's not paying attention. Quick, everyone rush the defenses.
T-34s, go, go, go. Yeah, yeah, eastern side flank is definitely going to be a nail
Or
in the
not.
coffin full of
30
Germans,
seconds.
I
Oh
think.
my god, this is so tight.
Not.
I just want to see the Ju-188 fire. Just release the bombs, my friend. This is disgusting.
Yep. Oh god, this is nuts.
Right, this reminds me of our second time together. Oh,
Raw.
man. Oh, okay.
Oh,
And,
oh, oh, and
folks.
that's a draw. That's a
Yes, it
it's a draw, I
is.
believe. Yeah, jeez, that
You know,
was tight.
I
That
know
was
some folks out there that's going to be like, well, nothing really happened. It was a draw after that. Guys, you have to feel for those guys inside the map itself. You're like, good God.
Oh, that was awesome. That was the first time in regards to the breakthrough match that you said, but that was a fantastic showcase of the game mode,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Kill
yeah.
wise, Germans pretty much evenly putting things out there. Nilla, unfortunately, losing quite a fair chunk. And it does look that this is from
Mhm.
Nilla's, the kills and losses are from Nilla's side of things, so it's good. I kind of want to see what got killed and what killed so much.
E34, 85 did a lot of the heavy lifting, it seems. And in losses, one Sturmshooter, geez, he knocked out almost a company's worth of infantry as well as a tank.
Well done there, sir. Well done.
Well done indeed. But damn, that was an awesome match.
Indeed.
That's all I really have to
Indeed.
say.
So folks, if you do want to see more of this stuff, of course, let us know. Definitely a very interesting and different, I would say, casting experience for us, I know.
It is. It definitely
Um,
is. It feels very
and if
different.
that's not to your liking, we'll come back on Thursday, and it's July 4th for those of us in the States. But I do believe we're going to be having a 1v1, so if you're more ready about that one, come back then. But
Yep.
until then, Rang, anything else to say? All right, well, folks,
Nothing
we're going to
extra.
call it quits. I'm Connell. Work.